In this video, I'm going to describe my experience driving a Lamborghini Huracan at Exotics Racing Las Vegas. And at the end of the video, I'll give you a couple of tips in case you decide to visit them and give them a try. So stick around. Now, I'm a Vegas regular, as they say. I usually go 3 times a year, stay somewhere on the Strip, usually at one of the MGM properties, and I've seen the exotic racing shuttle buses around town and thought about giving them a try. So I was thrilled in 2018 when my wife bought me 5 laps around the track in a Lamborghini Huracan. Now, back in 2018, you would catch the shuttle bus. Typically, it picked you up from one of the Strip hotels. Aria was their normal pickup location. But as I filmed this in January of 2021, due to the COVID-19 virus restrictions in Las Vegas, the shuttle is no longer running. So you have to find your own transportation to get to the track. The track is located next to the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. It's about a 20-minute drive from the Strip to get there. When you arrive, you sign in and you have to sign some liability waivers, and they're likely to give you an upsell to see if you want to add any additional vehicles that you want to drive on the particular day that you're there. It's not a high-pressured sales pitch, but for example, when we were there, my wife and I decided to add a ride-along in a drift car, which turned out to be a lot of fun, actually. Once you check in, then you wait for your next driver's briefing. They talk about the track and the vehicles you'll be driving. They discuss what to expect from the instructor during your drive. And they talk about the proper driving techniques, and of course, they stress safety. When the classroom work is done, then they take you outside and you hop in a Porsche Cayenne SUV, and then they actually take you out on the track so you can actually see the lines and actually see the layout of the racetrack. Now, this racetrack is 1.2 miles long, has 7 turns, and it has an 1,800-foot straightaway. After that ride-along is done, then when you pull in, they drop you off at the paddock, and we had a little bit of time before it was my turn to drive. And so I went and asked one of them, can I go out and look at your other vehicles? And they said, absolutely. All the vehicles are unlocked. You're welcome to go out there and sit in them all and take pictures and whatever you'd like. And so my wife and I took that opportunity and went out, and as you can see from these images, we went through to check out the fleet. At the time, they had Ferrari F430s, a Ferrari 488 GTB. They had a Porsche Cayman GTS, a couple of Porsche 911 GT3 RS models. They had a McLaren 570S, a Corvette Z06, an Audi R8 V10, a Nissan GTR, a couple of Lamborghini Huracans, and even a Lamborghini Huracan Performante. The fleet, as you can imagine, gets updated periodically, so as I filmed this, they've added a Ferrari F8 Tributo, a Lamborghini Aventador LP580-2, the new 2020 C8 Corvette, just to name a few. To see their entire lineup, just check their website. Once your time slot comes up, you grab a helmet that they provide you, and you go out and you climb in the car with your instructor. The instructor will go over a few things before you get out on the track. As you can see here in this video, he's making sure that I have the seat adjusted properly in the right position and discuss where to place my hands on the steering wheel and things of that nature. Now, the instructor will remind you that the mirrors have been positioned for him or her and not for the driver. They will keep an eye out for other cars on the track, and they'll signal if a car is going to pass us by placing their hand up by the steering wheel and providing instructions of when to slow down and what line to take. The track when I was there was not very busy, and I was going fast enough that I never saw another car on the track. Your track time is recorded with an in-car camera, as you can see here. It is provided to you on a flash drive when your experience is complete for an additional charge. I want to say it costs something like $59. It's definitely something you're going to want to do. Here's a short clip to give you a feel of what the experience is like when it's out on the track.
Beautiful. Brakes in a straight line. Look to the right, all the way into that green cone. Try to the right. Let it out and accelerate. Full power back to the right. Now to the chicane. Come off that throttle. Turn early. Accelerate. Go. There we go. Nice. Brakes. Look to the the right, find that apex, get in there, tight to the right. Let it out to the left, go for it. Much better, nice shot.
Yeah, that's better than last 2 times.
Oh yeah. Brake hard. Eyes to the right. Into the green, off the brakes, turn more. Look for your exit, accelerate all the way out. There we go, that's momentum. Stay on the left, go for it.
This was my first time in a Lamborghini Huracan. My only previous track experience was a Ferrari 458 Italia at the Michigan International Speedway. Now, at the time I did this in July 2018, I had owned 4 different Corvettes over the years, so I was not unfamiliar with sports cars, but this is a totally different experience. That 5.2-liter V10, as you can hear, makes a glorious sound, and the feel of 572 horsepower is amazing. This car is bold, it's brash, it's like pounding your chest and saying, "Look at me!" It is a very visceral experience, and I loved every minute of it. The instructor mentioned that the car was rear-wheel drive, so I'm guessing based on that this was the LP580-2 model, as the LP610-4 is four-wheel drive. With a base price of about $200 grand, it's something the vast majority of us will never own. I did a quick look on Autotempest.com, and in the used market, they're still fetching anywhere from $175 to $260 grand. Not something I expect to be obtainable in my lifetime. So given the opportunity to drive one on a racetrack is rare. I only wish I had another 10 or 15 laps I could have run. Overall, I have to say Exotics Racing did a great job. The staff was friendly, the instructors were helpful, and of course the Huracan was a blast to drive. In fact, I might do it again. Even maybe this coming Super Bowl weekend, come to think of it. Now, if you're planning on visiting them, let me give you a few tips. First is, make sure to make your reservation online. Not only does it ensure you get to drive the car you want at the time you want, but they are currently offering some discounts on their website as well, so you might want to check that out. Second, go to their website and create a profile for what they call the Michelin Time Trial Standings. You will find this under Supercar Driving Experience Las Vegas at the homepage. Scroll down to Michelin Time Trial Standings, click on Driver Profile. Here you can enter your information, including uploading a picture of yourself if you want, and you can have them email you your lap times when you're done. When you get out of the car, you can see how well you did with other people that day up on the scoreboard. Now, I was disappointed to find I was second, but then again, the fastest lap times at the track are held, at least at the time, by the Porsche 911 GT3 RS and the Lamborghini Huracan Performante, which has more horsepower and four-wheel drive. And not knowing what car the other person was driving that beat me on the scoreboard, I was still pleased with my performance. My third tip, if they're not offering discounts on their website, check out Groupon. That's where my wife bought my package at a discount. My name is Tom Stroup, and you've been watching Find the Right Road. Thanks for watching my video today. If you enjoyed that, please consider clicking the like button and subscribing to my channel. Have you ever been to Exotics Racing Las Vegas? If you have, what car did you choose to drive and what was your experience like? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks, and we'll catch you next time.